Hey everyone. It's a nice close-up, huh? Hi. Hey, I wanted to get on here. Someone asked me to talk about getting out of our comfort zone in order to get what we want. And I wanted to talk about that today. So what I want to start with basically is that if we want something that we don't have, we can't keep doing the same thing to get it, right? We have to do something different. And so anytime we do something different, we get out of our comfort zone. That's by definition what it is. It's like doing something different and feeling the discomfort of that. And so the first point is really to expect that it's going to be uncomfortable. That it's just going to be, because we're breaking a pattern. Hi, Hilda. We're breaking a pattern. And whenever we break a pattern, there's discomfort with that. And the discomfort can look different ways. It can be about, oftentimes feelings come up. Hi, Karen. Feelings come up. Our body might feel like strange. It might even hurt in certain places. It's not really explained. It may or may not be explainable. Our mind might get confused. Hi, Ty. Hi, Stephanie. Our mind might get confused, right? When we're stepping out of our comfort zone, we're doing something different. Our mind might get confused. We might even feel sick. It depends on how extreme it is, but we might even feel sick. And the key advice that I would give to you in these circumstances would be to go with it. There's several things. One is to lead into it. Just and Hilda, you are so good at this. I love it. And so lean into that discomfort. Just acknowledge it. Know that it's there and okay, something's changing. And in truth, that's so exciting that something's changing, right? But it feels horrible. I oftentimes say it's messy, right? It feels horrible. And sometimes it can feel like life or death. Really, if we're being triggered into childhood trauma or something, it can actually feel like life or death. So you just need to know that. And one of the keys is to have people around you who understand, who just know that you can just say to them, I'm going through change. It sucks. It doesn't feel good. I might not be acting rationally, right? Our thoughts get confused and we may not act like ourselves. And so the key is to have people around you that you can say to them, I may not act rationally, or I may not act like myself. I might be short-tempered. I might be, just talking too much, or however that shows up in you. And all of that is where most of us stop. We stop the process. No more change. I don't like change. I'm not going to let this happen. and I just need to stop. And that's exactly what you don't want to do. All that discomfort is leading to something amazing, really amazing, because all those feelings and thoughts and body sensations that didn't feel good, the confusion or the frustration, I don't get it, is our hurts that you've had that haven't healed and have gotten stuck. Things that have gotten stuck in you that aren't letting you change. And so you want to be able to move. You want to move. And so that's the other thing that you want to do, is actually physical movement can help you to change. So it can help you get through that better. So allow your body to move. Allow your body to just that doesn't feel good. Shake it, move it, do whatever you need to do. It is so, so helpful. Another thing to do would be offload tension. Offload the tension that change is creating. So that all those feelings that we have in our body and the confusion, that's creating tension. And so you want to offload that. And you can do that through movement. You can do it through laughing. You can do it through crying. You can do it through shaking. So you might be emotional during these moments. You might laugh at stuff. If you start laughing at something, let yourself laugh as long as you possibly can laugh. if you start crying, let yourself cry as long as you can possibly cry. Let these feelings come out, because that's the movement. That's the change. Like, that's the pre-change, you can say, in many ways. But to me, like, that's the juice. That's the releasing of something that wasn't serving you anymore. That's the block. That's the block that's been happening for years and years and years and years, that has kept you in the same place, kept you small. And so that, hey, Brooke, that's the juicy, beautiful piece of that is leaving your body so that you can actually move. And that's the discomfort. So for the person who asked me about, like, how do you actually do the discomfort? That's what I would recommend. And we're human beings. We let it be messy. We let each other be messy, and we just communicate to each other like, hey, this is what I'm going through. Here it goes. And we have compassion for one another, and we support one another. The other thing that I do, Stephanie here knows, is something called listening partnership, where we share listening time. So I get listened to, and I will, and I've talked about this a lot, and I will always talk about this, is that we have a timer, and I intentionally talk about the feelings I'm feeling, whether they're the emotional side of it or the physical sensation feelings that I'm feeling, or the confusion, and what I think it is, what it's reminding me of. Like, there's all different ways you can go about doing that. And I let myself cry, I let myself laugh, I let myself shake, with the warm presence of another person who's not trying to fix me. Like, there is nothing to fix in this discomfort. So that's another key point, is that when we behave when we have certain behaviors because of the discomfort we're feeling, and we're not typically ourselves, people try to fix us, like, and they give us advice, and they tell us that we shouldn't act a certain way, or we shouldn't be doing this, or we shouldn't be doing that, or we should be doing something else. And you need to have people around you that don't do that. That's so important. It's like, no, I don't need to be fixed. I'm working through this. My soul is calling this forth. This is happening naturally and organically, and you're letting it happen. And that's the way we are made as human beings. And there's so much neuroscience information out there now about this. So, hi, Lori. And so that discomfort is going to be messy, and it might be loud, and it might irritate other people. And you want to, maybe minimize that irritation if you can. But the best way to do that is to communicate to people and let it happen, because I guarantee you, I really, I am going out on a limb here, but I feel so certain that because I've done this so many times, and I've done this with other people so many times, is that when you can allow that offloading to happen, that's when you, like, and sometimes it's the next minute, sometimes it's the next day, sometimes it's the next week, that suddenly clarity comes. Suddenly you know what you need to do. Suddenly it's like, oh, now I know what I want. Now I know how to get what I want. Now that block isn't in the way anymore. And you get to make things happen in your life. So that's discomfort. Like, we don't like that as human beings. And I actually, for whatever reason, I have fallen in love with that process. And it's something that I focus on in my practice and as a therapist and parenting consultant, to allow that process to happen. It's natural. It's normal. It's part of my goal is to tell the world how beautiful that process is, especially when it's supported and held, and that space is held by another person that's not trying to fix you. And that can be hard to find, but you can find it. And I actually am part of a huge community that does support that and is very skilled in supporting that, and supports people all over the world in helping them move through hard feelings and big feelings. So I hope that helps you explore your own discomfort. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly natural. It's how change happens. and we can intentionally walk into the discomfort when we see something bigger on the other side of it, when we are going for something that we want and we know there's going to be discomfort through the process, is a beautiful thing. And we can hold hands as women, and we all know that as women, we love community, and we can hold hands together and do that together. That's the whole goal. And we're creating a business we can do this in the business world. Like, this is so unique and different from what any traditional business, but we can actually do that and grow and create together and create abundance and joy and wealth and happiness and do that all together. So there's so much to say about discomfort. I didn't realize it myself, and there's really a lot to say. So I love your comments. Please give me your comments below. Maybe is there something around discomfort that you're working on right now? I would love to know that. And it's interesting. Yeah. I mean, I always have things that I'm working on. Like, I keep a mental list in my head for the most part of, things that I'm working on right now and the discomfort that I might need to go through to get there. Which now that I do this for a living and I do this for myself, and it's actually exciting. Like, most people might say, ugh, that's horrible. It's actually exciting because when you do it regularly, you know the growth that's on the other side. And then it does get exciting to be able to move through that discomfort. So be kind to yourself, especially if you're not used to doing this. Definitely be kind to yourself and go slow. But you can enjoy the process for sure. So thanks everyone for coming here today. And yes, I just hope you have a beautiful, amazing day. All right, take care. Bye.